What's up, y'all? It's Poppin' It's D. About to react to this video by Lovely TTV. This is Brian McKnight once again facing backlash after old picture resurfaces. You made me a girl dad. I briefly looked at this on the shade room, but apparently he abandoned all his black kids for some white kids. That's what this is giving. So we're gonna get the tea and see why he's doing this. Let's find out what's going on. Let's watch.
Hey everyone, happy Sunday. I hope everybody is doing good today. So if you guys do not know, once again, Brian McKnight is getting drugged up and down social media. They have been lighting him up for the past 24 hours, so much so that it made the shade room. So what's going on is this. R&B singer Brian McKnight, who's been in the industry for over 3 decades now, honey, is facing backlash for not only gifting his stepdaughter a brand new car, but he also basically stated that he didn't become a girl dad until he became a father to his stepdaughter. And that has bothered a lot of people. Now, what's really interesting about this is that this post that's going viral all over social media and on Twitter, he posted this back in 2022. So it wasn't like he posted it yesterday, so I'm not sure why this is going viral again. I know people have had a lot of issues with Brian McKnight over the years, but a lot of the stuff that people are posting, they've been up. He's been feeling this way. I remember doing a video on him back in 2019 when he had a bunch of drama with his children, and his biological black children came out and said that they basically feel like Brian abandoned them. He was doing nothing for them. He refused to talk to them. Brian also came out defending himself, and he said that these kids were grown. He was there for them. He never missed a day of child support, but that he was tired of taking care of grown folks. Y'all go ahead and check this out.
Brian McKnight accused of abandoning his biological kids after buying his stepdaughter a new BMW. The brand new BMW that R&B artist Brian McKnight bought for his stepdaughter was announced on his social media pages. 2018 saw the marriage of Brian and Leilani Maria Mendoza at the renowned Oaxaca Castle in upstate New York. The couple exchanged vows in a lavish ceremony. The bride wore a stunning dress with 50,000 Swarovski crystals on it. Since their marriage, Brian has assisted Leilani in raising her 2 children from a previous relationship, Jack McPhee, 20, and Julia, 23, respectively, and every time he gets there, he spoils her and the kids. Leilani's pregnancy was just revealed.
Yeah, that's a little weird. You so much you don't want to take care of grown people, so you want to take care of your grown kids, but you're going to take care of somebody else's grown kids?
By the couple, and the entire family is excited about the new arrival. People on Black Twitter are not pleased with Brian's apparent preference for his stepchildren above his own children. The Neighborhood Talks Instagram page posted Brian's post about the new BMW after he reportedly blocked a follower for encouraging him to mend his family in the comments. One person responded saying, "People see a fraction of someone's life and want to provide an unsolicited opinion,
that's
so there
are
the repercussions of such acts." Another person objected, "Blocked. It's none of our business." But the fact that he purposefully posts his stepchildren in his bio as if his biological children don't exist is concerning. According to a third social media user, that is so nasty.
But I agree. We don't know the full story. He is being real nasty, though, to put that in his bio and doing all this extra shit and basically playing in their face. But we don't know the full story about why they stopped fucking with each other, why he cut them off, or whatever the case.
Has previously refuted claims that he was a deadbeat parent who spent years ignoring his biological children. In a 2019 video that has since surfaced, he discussed what it's like to be there for his kids' life. "I have never been late on paying child support in my entire life. I've never done anything wrong to my children. I've always been there, whether they heeded my advice or not. I was always there. I have always served as both the sounding board and the one who had to assist them in realizing any goals they had in mind. He gave them everything he lacked in the hopes that they would be grateful." He also said that he should have felt bad for entitling his kids and showing them tough love when they were younger. "BJ was 25 and Nico was 22 when I ceased taking care of everything for them," according to McKnight at the time. "And I didn't just stop talking to them entirely. That took place much later."
Now, my daughter's about to turn 18. That's another story I'll get to in a second. I've never missed a day of child support. I've never done anything adverse to my children whatsoever. I've always been there. I've always been there with advice, whether they took it or not. I've always been the sounding board, and I've always been the one that tried to help them achieve whatever dreams they were wanting to. reach out for. I guess one of my only faults is I gave my children everything that I didn't have in the hopes that they would appreciate it, because I know how much I would have appreciated it when I was their age. I would tell you as parents out there, entitling your children is probably one of the worst things you can do, and I know I am guilty of that. For whatever reasons, I'm guilty of that. Tough love is a tough thing as a parent to try to institute to your children, because you want to help them as much as you can, and I did as much as I possibly could. When I stopped doing that for them, BJ was 25 and Nico was 22. And it wasn't like I completely cut them off at that point. That happened much later. But I've been there. When I put them out of my house, I gave them an apartment for 2 years. I said, guys, this is it. This is the time to grow up. I'm giving you 2 years. I'm going to pay for everything for 2 years, but you're going to have to work or do something, because at the end of those 2 years, that's going to be it. It's time.
If he's telling the truth,
guys. It's time to grow up.
These fucking celebrity kids, bro. Granted, I need to hear more, because yes, he's doing too much more. This is the first time I've ever been a girl dad. You're doing too fucking much. At that point, yeah, no. I don't trust you at all. But if what he's saying about this is valid or is true, then what he's saying is valid, and they're not entitled to this man's money. Y'all are grown. He set y'all up in an apartment for 2 years when he kicked y'all out. I fucking wish.
At the end of those 2 years, they hadn't done any of it. It was just right around the time that Leilani and I had gotten together. Leilani was working at Children's Hospital. And let's be clear, Leilani has been one of the only people who's been an advocate to keeping us together, to keeping us having a relationship, because she wants to have the nuclear family as much as I did. And they have spit in her face at every turn. She got them jobs at the hospital. $18 an hour with benefits, and with the option of
very malicious.
The hospital actually paying for them to go back to school. They said, and I quote, that they knew they didn't want to stop smoking, and they would have to pass a drug test. And the day I had the doctors looking into it, Nico's on there, taking a big puff, which is fine. If you want to smoke, that's fine. I'm not saying that that's bad. If that's your choice, that's your choice. But what I'm telling you is that we have been advocates for them every step of the way. Now let's go to the part where...
All right, so you guys just saw his response. And like I said, the response was longer, but I remember this controversy a few years ago. Well, now people are combing through his social media pages, and they're finding even more things that are really bothering a lot of people. One of the things is that recently Brian McKnight announced the birth of his new son. Now, this baby was born in January, and him and his wife, Leilani, had been trying for a baby for years. And finally, the baby was born, and we find out that the baby is basically named Brian McKnight Jr., because he already has an older son named Brian McKnight. And a lot of people are really upset about this. And they're saying, why are you naming your new baby Brian McKnight when you already have a son named Brian McKnight? And then come to find out he also has a grandson named Brian McKnight III or whatever. So a lot of people are really disturbed by that they feel like he's trying to start back at one, as if the first Brian McKnight Jr. doesn't even exist. On top of that, he also has that he is Leilani's husband. He has it that he's the father of Julia Jack Kihoa Mateo and Brian Kainoa Makoa McKnight Jr. I think the wife is Hawaiian or something like that. But so a lot of people are calling him out for that. And these are just some of the comments that people are saying on Twitter. These are some of the posts. I want y'all to go ahead and check this out.
No color. See, I don't like shit. I mean, this music shit fun. I don't want to hear it, though. It's not pleasant. Check his kids. Calling this man a deadbeat. Y'all gotta mind y'all fucking business. Y'all don't know the full story. Oh, I hate you people. Fuck them black kids. It screams emotional abuse. It shows his true heart towards his babies that came from him. Sick. Yeah, this is weird. Jules, I became a girl dad because of you, and I couldn't have asked for a better daughter. Yeah, that's a bit much. You doing too fucking much. That's a bit much. See, that's what makes me side-eye the fuck out of you. I was with you until... I don't like people are making it about them being black. Y'all are so ridiculous. You can't jump to that conclusion without knowing the fucking details. This is so stupid. Y'all are bored and need lives. This is actually sad. This is what's sad.
So you guys just saw some of the posts. And here goes another post that he wrote. He says this: Jules, I became a girl dad because of you, and I couldn't have asked for a better daughter. Visiting you on campus and seeing how happy you are living in this beach house with all of your friends for your senior year reminded us both of how proud we are of the woman you have become and the incredible student you continue to be. Here's to you, Jules, the perfect daughter I always wanted. Fuck out of here. Oh, that is a huge slap in the face. I don't care
upstairs
how bad your other biological daughter is or how much you don't want to deal with her. That might be why she's acting up and not being the so-called perfect daughter, because she does not have that male energy, that male influence, and the love of her biological father in her life, like this young girl, Jules, has been so blessed to have. You know what I'm saying? Because he treats Jules like that's his biological daughter. He sees no difference in her. He spoils her. And I can only imagine what the biological daughter feels when you're saying things like, I became a girl dad because of you, and you're the perfect daughter I've always wanted. I feel like he's one of those types that likes to throw rocks and hides his hands, that he throws a lot of daggers via social media so that way his other kids can see it. And I think it's not right. You know, it's one thing to congratulate her, and I'm not trying to knock these kids, Jack and Jules, because they're innocent in this, right? They can't control who their mother marries, no matter their background. That once they are done with the relationship, or however they feel about the mother when the mother conceived, if they were in a relationship, it was a one-night stand, a lot of men will treat their children based on the feelings for the mother.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't think we can jump to any of these conclusions because we don't know these people. We don't know their situation. We don't know the details of any of this at all. These kids could have been acting hella ungrateful. They could have been hella entitled and acting like, you know, they deserve more money from him. Remember the situation with 50 Cent's son? When, you know, he got exposed for, you know, being entitled. He like, oh, he was only giving us, you know, $10,000 a month or 20 or something like that. And it's like, nigga, what? So these kids, when they grow up getting everything handed to them, they can develop this sense of entitlement to where they feel like they are owed their parents' money because you are rich and famous. So give me more. I need more. I'm not doing nothing. I don't want to go to college. I don't want to get a job. You take care of me. That's the attitude that a lot of them have. And it's like, can you blame them? Because it's like, that's all they know. When you spoil them like that, it's like, okay, all right, I'm going to just chill. I probably would be like that too if my parents were rich and just handed me everything. And he even said in that clip that that's a mistake he feel like he made is, you know, giving them too much. So that he could be telling the truth. He is dead wrong for posting that, oh, these are my only kids and I'm only the father of these kids listed. Hey, Jules, you made me a girl dad, okay? You my only girl dad. Like, he's doing the fucking most with that. I think he's wrong 1,000%. But as far as him cutting his kids off financially, that they grown. He even set them up in an apartment for 2 years, according to him. That's wild. That's not a privilege that a majority of people have. When they get grown, they got to figure it out. You got to go into the world and figure shit out. So the fact that he did that, if that is the case, it's like he clearly was trying to take care of them and work with them. But they probably start getting mad at him and going off on him because he didn't want to help take care of them. And then he ended up cutting ties with them. Like, okay, I'm done with y'all. But we don't know the details. We don't know what words were said. We don't know what actions took place. We don't know. So I think it's odd to immediately jump on this man's, you know, head and be like, oh, you're wrong. You're sick. You're terrible. You're only doing this because they're black. Like, that's what the headlines lead you to believe. That's why I said that at the beginning. I'm like, oh, that's what people are saying. But it's like, can you really just jump to those conclusions? Like, I think that's really ridiculous. Like, people need fucking lives. This is sad. Oh, it's only because your kids is black. That's the reason. Like, what? For you to minimize it to something like that is so ridiculous. And this man is saying what the actual issue was. Whatever. But yeah, he's definitely wrong for, you know, basically publicly disowning them. I mean, he didn't have to do all that. Especially if you've already disowned them behind the scenes. It's like, all right, you kind of rubbing salt into the wound, so to speak. So he is doing a lot there. But as far as everything else, we don't know the fucking details. We don't know the situation. But I don't know. Those are my thoughts. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Let me know what the videos you're going to watch, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.